Chemical reactions, physical and chemical changes, exothermic and endothermic reactions, types of chemical reactions, combination reaction, example of exothermic reaction, decomposition reaction, a thermal reaction, example of endothermic reaction, decomposition of limestone, B. Electrolysis, electrolysis of water, C. Photolysis, 3. Displacement reaction, reactivity series, types of chemical reactions, 4. Double displacement reaction, 5. Oxidation reaction, 6. Reduction reaction. Redox reaction, oxidation versus reduction. Corrosion, example of corrosion. Rancidity, calculation of oxidation number. Physical and chemical changes. Physical changes. It is a change that occurs without changing the chemical composition of a matter. It is usually reversible. New products are not formed. Some changes occur when heating or cooling is down. Co- Changes have no effect on the chemical bonding of a molecule of a substance. Chemical change. It is a change of a chemical composition of a matter. It is usually irreversible. New products are formed. Changes always involve absorption or a release of energy. They have a direct effect on chemical bonds or molecules in a substance. Exothermic and endothermic reaction. Exothermic emit heat, endothermic absorb heat. Exothermic reaction. A reaction that releases energy from the system into in the form of a system in the form of heat. Exo means out. Endothermic reaction. A reaction in which the system absorbs energy from its surroundings in the form of heat. Endo means in. Types of chemical reactions. Combination reaction. Most of the combination reactions are exothermic in reaction or exothermic in nature. Most of the combination reactions are exothermic in reaction. It is a type of chemical reaction where single product is formed from two or more reactants. Example of exothermic reaction. Calcium oxide plus calcium oxide quicklime plus H2O water reactant gives calcium CaOH2 slaked lime, calcium hydroxide aqueous plus heat. These both are product. Neutralization in an is an exothermic reaction. Example, mixing acid and alkali. Calcium oxide react slowly with carbon dioxide in the air to form the thin layer of calcium carbonate. To form calcium carbonate gives a shiny finish to walls. Other names: chalk, marble, limestone. Calcium oxide, lime water plus carbon dioxide. This gas turns lime water milky, gives calcium carbonate plus water H2O. Other examples of exothermic reactions: burning of coal, combustion and combination reaction; burning of natural gas, primary component CH4 methane. CH4 methane plus 2O2 gives carbon dioxide plus 2H2O water. And combustion reaction. It is a reaction in which a substance reacts with the oxygen gas, releasing energy in the form of light and heat. Calcium plus carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide. Combustion reaction always takes place in presence of oxygen. Burning of magnesium ribbon. Combined reaction. Magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide plus heat plus light. Magnesium cleaned before burning in air because magnesium react with the atmosphere O2 to form MgO, which prevent further reaction of O2. And MgO, magnesium oxide, white PPT formed. Light, white dazzling light. Mg is used in fireworks because it burns very hot and bright. 5. Respiration is also an exothermic reaction. C6H12O6 gives CO2 plus H2O plus energy. Decomposition reaction. It is a reaction where a single reactant breaks into a simpler product using heat, light, electricity. Thermal decomposition. Example of endothermic reaction. 2 FeSO2 SO4 ferrous sulfate with heat gives Fe2O3 ferric oxide plus SO2 gas plus SO3 gas. Oxygen was discovered by Joseph Priestley. Decomposition of limestone. Calcium carbonate heat gives calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Lead nitrate white salt 2 PbNO3 NO3 taken twice. On heating gives 2 PbO lead oxide plus 4 NO2 brown fumes. Nitrous oxide gas plus oxygen gas. Electrolysis. Electrolysis of water 2H2O. Water gives 2H2 plus O2. At cathode, H2 H2 gas is collected, double the amount of O2, and O2 at anode. Electrolysis of water. Anode cathode both attached to battery, and oxygen O2, water H2O, and hydrogen H2 exchange membrane. At anode, 2H2O liquid form gives to O2 oxygen gas plus 4 hydronium ions and 4 electrons. At cathode, 2 hydronium ions aqueous plus 2 electrons gives H2 gas. Water used in electrolysis: pure water, acidified water, distilled water. Photosynthesis. AgCl in presence of sunlight gives Ag plus Cl2. AgBr in presence of sunlight gives AgBr2. This both kept in black bottle. And AgCl2 plus AgBr2 is used in black and white photography. A photogenetic film is coated with the above chemicals. When light falls on the surface, the exposed part of the film is darkened, from which photograph is developed. Sun. Before decomposition, white crystal white crystals of silver chloride, watch glass, and after decomposition, gray color. Displacement reaction. Displacement reaction is a reaction in which a chemical reactant which is more reactive element displaces a less reactive element from its compound. Reactivity series. Potassium. Okay, reactivity decreases in this order: potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, gold. And zinc plus lead. Zinc and lead are more reactive elements than copper. Zinc plus copper sulfate gives zinc sulfate plus copper. Lead plus copper sulfate gives lead chloride plus copper. Lead plus copper chloride gives lead chloride plus copper. Magnesium sulfate plus zinc gives zinc sulfate plus magnesium. Types of chemical reactions. Iron nail. Before putting in a blue copper sulfate solution, and after it is changing to green iron sulfate solution and copper metal on iron. And iron plus copper sulfate gives iron sulfate plus copper. Color of copper sulfate solution change. Color of copper sulfate solution changes when an iron nail is dipped in it. The iron nail becomes brownish, and the blue color of copper sulfate turns green. Double displacement reaction. In this type of reaction, two chemical substances react by exchanging. It is precipitation reaction, exchanging ions to produce two new products. Sodium sulfate plus barium chloride gives barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. Barium sulfate, white precipitation. Lead nitrate plus potassium iodide gives lead iodide plus potassium nitrate. Lead iodide, yellow PPT. Barium hydroxide plus ammonium chloride gives barium chloride plus ammonium hydroxide. Endothermic reaction. Oxidation reaction. Oxidation reaction is the addition of oxygen and removal of hydrogen. Fe plus O2. Fe oxidizes to Fe2, and O2 reduces to O3. in presence of H2O. Reduction reaction. Reduction reaction is removal of oxygen and addition of hydrogen. Lead oxide plus lead oxide, oxidizing agent, plus carbon reducing agent, reductant. Lead oxide oxidant, carbon reductant. PbO on reduction gives 2Pb, and carbon on oxidation gives carbon dioxide. Redox reaction, a reaction in which oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. Oxidation and reduction. Oxidation, if a substance gains oxygen or loses hydrogen, it is oxidized and the substance is reducing agent. Oxidation, loss of electron. Oxidizing agent, increase in oxidation number of element. Increase in oxidation number of element. Reduction, if a substance loses oxygen or gains hydrogen, it is reduced and the substance is oxidizing agent. Reduction or gain of electron. Reducing agent, decrease in oxidation number of element. Corrosion, it is a type of oxidation reaction. Corrosion is a process by which a metal surface is attacked by a certain substance such as air or water. Examples of corrosion: 4 moles of iron plus 3O2, 4Fe plus 3O2 plus X into H2O, that is X atoms of H2O gives 2Fe2O3 and X atoms of H2O. When iron corrodes or rust, when iron corrodes or rust, iron molecules react with the oxygen molecule to form iron oxide. Rust is a reddish brown flaky substance that forms on the surface of the iron. Technically, a rust is hydrated iron. Three, hydrated iron 3 oxide, whose chemical formula is Fe2O3 and X moles of H2O. 2Cu plus H2O gives CO2 plus O2, that is CuOH2 plus CuOH2 plus CuO3. Copper metal, when exposed to air, turns green color due to corrosion. When the copper vessel is exposed to air in the rainy season, the metal reacts with gases and moisture, and atmospheric gas reacts with gases and moisture and atmospheric gases to form a mixture of copper carbonate and copper hydroxide. This gives a green color to the surface copper metal. Copper carbonate, heat, carbon dioxide, copper oxide. Rancidity, it is a type of oxidation reaction. It is a process by which fats and oils in food break down, resulting in unpleasant smell, taste, or texture. Example: nitrogen gas is used in chips packets to prevent oxidation, which may cause chips to become stale and soggy. Calculation of oxidation number: X moles of N2O5, 2x plus 5 moles of 5 into 5 into minus 2 is equal to 0. That is 2x minus 10 is equal to 0. X is equal to 5. X oxidation state. X CaO. X plus minus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to 2. X MnO2. X plus minus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to 4. NaXAlH4. 1 plus x plus 4 into minus 1 is equal to 0. X plus 1 minus 4 is equal to 0. X is equal to 3. H2 XS2O7 minus 2 plus 2x minus 14 is equal to 0. 2x is equal to 16. X is equal to 8. Note: hydrogen has more than one oxidation number, plus 1 and minus 1.